everybody, it's me Megan, and this is going to be an updated get snatched up video for the holidays. This video will just show basically how I prep my face for a super glammed up night. So the first thing I'm going to use is my MAC Oil Control Lotion, and I'm just going to apply it only in my T-zone area. This helps control some of that oil that may accumulate through the night. So for my lips, I'm going to use some of my Balm Chicky Balm lip balm. The name of it will be in the description below. So that will moisturize my lips. For my primer, I'm using Milk of Magnesia, and I am using this because this definitely helps keep me, super matte and oil-free throughout the night, especially for those photos. To apply that, I'm using a wedge, and I'm just going to put it in my T-zone area, the places where I'm most oily. And I'm just going to kind of fan my face just to help dry it, and that is what it looks like when it's dry. Kind of crazy. So for my foundation, I am using MAC Studio Fix Fluid. And my color is NC50, and I'm using a Sedona lace brush. Only a little bit I need, so that's about it. And I'm using my Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray this on my Sedona lace brush. And it just helps, apply the foundation a lot easier. So just a couple of pumps for that. And just fan it around because you don't want it too wet. So I'm just going to dip it on the back of my hand. It's on the back of my hand because it's warming up, and it just applies a lot easier and nicer. So I'm stippling it on and then blending it out. And just apply it all over and blending at the same time. So I'm not going to conceal any because this is a full coverage foundation and I don't really have any blemishes. So this foundation gets everything done in one little stop for me. Now you want to make sure, I always try to make sure that I blend around my jawline because especially in those photos you don't want two different colors, and especially around your hairline you want to make sure everything is blended out. So now that is my completed foundation application. So now I'm going to go ahead and highlight. I'm using my Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in SX11, that is. So I just chose to use this today. I use a lot of different other brands, but this is one of my favorites. So I'm using my Matte Fix Plus and my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to spray some of the Fix Plus on there just to help it distribute more evenly on my skin because this product is super thick. So just wave that Beauty Blender around. And I'm just going to tap a little bit in the jar and then tap it on the back of my hand to help warm it up. And this just helps so you won't put too much. So what I'm doing is I never start directly under my eye anymore. I kind of start a little lower, and I'm going to start where my nose is. I'm not going to go below my nose for my highlight. And the reason why I start a little lower because this is so thick, you don't want it to crease underneath your eye. So kind of start a little lower and then build your way up underneath your eye and blend it out with your Beauty Blender. So I'm just kind of taking it right around the tail end of my eyebrow, and then I'm going to blend it out. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Max Fix Plus on the back end of my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to blend out my highlights so it can, look a little more natural. This is one of the most important parts, and this is very hard to do too. So if you don't get it right the first time, it definitely takes a lot of practice. I'm still practicing as well. So I have both sides done. So without putting any more product on, because this product goes a long way, I'm just going to tap some on my chin to highlight my chin. And then I'm going to go on my Cupid's bow in a little bit and blend. So yeah, now I'm doing the Cupid's bow. Come on, Megan, gosh. So now I'm doing the Cupid's bow and, blend out everything as much as you can. And so I have that how I like it. So now, without adding any more product, I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead just to highlight my forehead. So I'm kind of going in an oval shape for my forehead. Now I'm going to do my nose. So I'm going to highlight my nose. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush. Oops, no, my bad. This is a Studio Tools brush. Ooh. So I'm just going to highlight my nose, just drawing a line straight down. And you want to really make sure you don't apply too much product, so you kind of just build as you go. So now that I have that on, I'm just going to kind of blend out with my fingers any areas that I see that need to be blended. Now I'm going to take my Midnight Banana and Topaz powders. I now mix the two powders because banana by itself was just a little too bright for my chocolateness. So now mixing them gives me a better looking highlight setting powder. It's kind of like more of a golden warm tone now versus just that straight banana. So you're going to see what that looks like now. I'm going to apply that with my wedge, a clean wedge that is, and just really press into my skin where that Kevin Aucoin skin enhancer was, and this stuff will really help set that cream concealer that I applied underneath there. So I'm just going to go ahead and press in the powder on all the highlighted areas that I put the Sensual Skin Enhancer. So this helps it not move, and plus the banana and topaz really give a really pretty effect overall too. But you can use whatever you personally have. You don't have to use the same exact products. And again, on my forehead, just really press it in. So now for my contour, I'm going to be using a NARS concealer stick. That name will be down in the description. And I just really like using this concealer stick versus just powder alone. It just helps me sculpt a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose starting from the brow down. And, you know, just put that there. And then I'm going to contour my cheekbones. You can already kind of see where the shadow naturally hits. So I'm going to start at my hairline and put a little line there and stop and do the other side. So now I'm taking again a Sedona lace brush. That name will be in the description below. And this is a synthetic haired brush for this concealer that I'm using. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out using this brush. So I'm going to take it from the top down and blend sideways in all directions to help minimize that harsh line. And again, I do use these techniques only when I have a special occasion or video recording purposes. This isn't something that I do every day. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Like, ooh, girl, you do all this all the time? No, I don't. So this is when I really want to be snatched up. So I'm going to go ahead and set my highlight in the middle now with a Midnight Banana and Topaz. And, you know, just so that looks good. And I'm going to do my cheekbones, blend that out. The NARS concealer I'm blending out there. So just go ahead and blend. I really love using concealer to contour now. I feel like it just looks so much better. So now as I do this, I'm finishing this up. There is going to be a part 2 to this video just because I didn't want the video too long. So stay tuned. All products that I use will be in the description below, and stay tuned for next part.